to a show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Mets Podcast. I forgot where I was for a minute. And thank you, everybody, for coming back. Because, you know, that's what y'all do. Y'all love the show. And I appreciate y'all love. So, thanks for that. This week on the podcast, I actually want to sit down with another teammate from Over Crazy 88 of the white belt variety this time, though, because this is a gentleman that early on in his training, he asked questions and he stuck around and he had a thirst for knowledge. So just seeing that. And then one day I rolled with him and he goes for an ankle lock, like right out the gate. And I was like, okay, first off, no. And then I text Mark and he said, oh, yeah, I taught that to him. So I was like, well, now I want to talk to him so that I can chew into him about that and want to shit on Mark a little bit here because I know he's going to listen. He just texted me and said, I'm excited for this episode. So welcome to the podcast, Mr. Devin Coley.
Coley, yep.
Fucking right, doggy. I knew it. I know how to read.
A lot of people say Cooley.
So it's look, I know how to read and Cooley would be two O's. But people, illiterate. I'm not. I got that Detroit education system flowing through me a little bit. Actually, no, I didn't go to school in Detroit. I lived in Detroit for 8 years and didn't go to school.
No shit.
That's how we rock and roll when you're a squatter. But I got that Howard County education, so they taught us how to read now here, son. So what's up, Devin? How you feeling, man? And welcome to the show.
Oh, I appreciate you having me. I'm feeling good, man. You get many white belts on here?
No, actually, I'm trying to think when was the last time I had a white belt on.
Really?
It's been a minute. So I wanted to do at the beginning of the year. The plan was to have a roundtable episode: white belts, blue belts, purple belts, brown belts, and if I can kind of, get some black belts, in which I've had plenty of black belts on, but I specifically wanted from our gym. And the problem with the white belt selections is a lot of the folks are, younger guys. They're not really, they're just fast paced. It's like, I got a lot of shit to do, or, there's this flash to it. It's like, well, I want to talk to the white belts that, it's going to sound fucked up, but I want to talk to white belts that have some fucking sense, It's like, and don't get it twisted. I was a white belt, and I'm a little dumb now, but I was really dumb as a white belt. But yeah, you might be the first white belt in, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years.
Wow, a lot of pressure.
From our gym. So I trust you, Devin. You got this covered. Like I said, when I sit down with teammates, a big thing about it is just, learning their journey, their story. If you've been on multiple times, it's really just not at this point. We're just going to hear bullshit now. And who knows, Devin, we might do that this episode. We've talked a bunch recently, so I feel like we're going to get into some fuckery. But I want to know, first off, what brought you to jiu-jitsu? How'd you find it?
Well, growing up, I always liked wrestling. Just wrestling with my dad, everything. It was, who doesn't? So it's super fun. But I never legitimately got into wrestling or anything. Okay. So it's just really a lifelong of grappling, not grappling at home. And then one day I decided to go to wrestle in high school, and I wrestled for a year, and then for 10 years after that, I did nothing. And then I had a buddy. Buddy got into jiu-jitsu at a different gym, and he brought me along there. And I trained there for a week, and it was cool, but it was something I didn't know if I felt comfortable at the gym or if there was just not good chemistry, and I thought that was all jiu-jitsu had to offer. And then finally came to Crazy 88, and I love it. That's pretty much what brought me into it.
Good. Yeah, sometimes those first gym visits, it's not necessarily a knock on that gym per se. It's just because where did I go to? I went to Ground Control in Colombia, and they were nice. It just didn't feel like the right fit for me at the time too. So then I found Ivy League, which then eventually became Crazy 8A. And I think what got me here is I came in with a Spider-Man shirt on, and Huggy saw it and came over and was like, oh shit, and we started talking about comics. I was like, I think this is home. Now that I find out, like, a lot of grapplers are kind of into anime, comic books, a lot of nerd like content, or traditional nerd content, I guess. But those first gyms sometimes just get a little. It's like I think I like this, but I just may not fit into this pairing. So, well, I'm glad you got over to us, and you worked in it. How long have you been training?
What's today? The 16th. So the 27th will mark 1 year.
Okay. So for a while, I had felt like you've been training for a year. Mm-hmm. I'm talking like the last 3 months. Well, Devin's been doing this for like at least a year, maybe a little over a year. And then I remember hearing you say something that kind of made it clear that it was not that long. And I was like, he's going for ankle lock. All right. Fine. I guess that's what we're doing now within the first 12 months. Just, hey, white belt, here's some ankle locks, and then no one gets warned. I didn't get warned. I'm just like, okay, let's go roll with it. And when I roll with you, I can feel there's a wrestling base. So there's always, you have a good base. So it's kind of like, okay, I got to trick this dude. I can't just like fuck around. I got to like set a trap somewhere. And he's like, no, I'm not falling for that. I'm not like dumb. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, like I had a feeling you wrestled in some capacity, some grappling, and maybe not like full on like jiu-jitsu or judo or anything, or like many years of wrestling. But I feel like this guy knows something, and that's that's a good base. So
oddly enough, I've watched jiu-jitsu and just grappling in general, and UFC a little longer than that. Yeah. But grappling in general, I've watched it for the better part of a decade, close to it. Okay. I was telling my buddy that how often I watch jiu-jitsu, and he was like, that's almost weird that you don't participate in the sport, but you do watch it. And I was like, yeah, I know it's not like basketball, but
well, I was just gonna say, I mean, there are a lot of people that watch football, basketball, baseball, but don't play it. And when you think about it, especially just at a certain point in your life, you really can't do those things because you can kind of get away with a little bit of basketball. But how many folks, once you get past 30, if you're not in NFL, CFL, semi-pro, how much football are you really doing? Maybe some flag,
like some backyard football shit, like pickup game on the weekends.
I think we used to do flag on the weekends. I want to say into my 30s. I want to say 34 is the last time I played. This was flag. From time to time, I might turn it to tackle, but it was typically flag. We do the turkey bowl will always be tackle. And I remember the last time I played. I would always play O-line just because I liked it. I enjoy playing O-line. I wanted to participate. I don't want to be that guy running up the field. You don't throw me the ball. I was like, well, I want to help some way. And they lined me up in front of this dude who looks like he eats raw meat with gunpowder sprinkled on it. And they're like, Dante can block him. And, I wasn't shabby or nothing. I can get in the way and distract. This dude picked me up and threw me at the quarterback. And I was like, and that was it. I was like, we might be done. Let's go find a new sport. And jiu-jitsu it was. So, hey. But I don't think it's odd to watch jiu-jitsu and not participate in it just because, again, any other sport, But I guess maybe from our perspective on the inside, it's like, Devin, that's a little fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, just on the inside looking out. But on the outside, it's like, okay, I mean, that's fine. You watch MMA, you might not participate in it, but it's like, you're just sitting there watching, like, jiu-jitsu is like, so you know the names? I know all the names. Like, shit, I got a team. All right. And are you going to do this? Probably not, but I fucking love watching it. So a little odd, but I'm, again, glad you made it to the mats, though. So that's
Appreciate
good.
It.
What was, when you started training, what was your first impression getting out there on the mats?
Well, the first like week-long stint I had, actually, it's funny, my first live roll ever, I tapped my buddy out with a rear naked choke. Nice. And he had been going there for like 6 months. And that was cool. But there was always a sense of like anxiety. Just, am I going to be good enough? Are these guys probably not even finishing the warm-up? Like, these guys are probably like, oh my God, this fucking guy. But then it was like polar opposite when I came to Crazy 88 and first stepped on the mats there. It was like everybody was so helpful. It was just everybody's extending a welcoming hand. It was pretty cool.
That's how I felt when between, my previous gym. I don't want to repeat the name because then it sounds like I'm bashing them. But they were nice people, but I didn't feel like, when I got to Ivy League and even when, 88, it always felt like folks were willing to help. They wanted to like include you. They pull you to the side. Hell, I go over to Elkhurst sometimes, and I don't go there very often. But when I go in, it feels like, oh shit, what's up, Dante? How you? Fist bump. It's like, oh my God, I didn't know you know my name. Jeez Louise. Sometimes they call me Jake, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Jake. Oh shit, that's me. I'm Jake. Yeah. But yeah, like that's one thing I love about our culture is everyone is just, we want everyone else to be better with us, because if you suck, like, we're all not going to get better. Mm-hmm. So we want you to get better so we can get better. And then, we all grow together, Devin. We grow together.
That's the way to do it. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. I mean, if you have this mentality of like, I want you to come do this, but I want to like keep you down, you're not really a good training partner, I don't think, if you're doing that.
Yeah, it's going to limit your progress for forever if you have that mentality.
Yeah, like people might kind of come in with the ideal, like, I'm here to win practice rounds, so I want to make sure you're not good so I can win these practice rounds.
Right.
Like one of my buddies, I want him to come train. He's like, I think he thinks I just want him to come there so I could beat him up. It's like, no, actually, if I wanted to beat you up, I just beat you up. That's, how life goes. I want you to come there because I love this and I want my friends in on this too. It's like, dude, like it like there's a release that comes with it. And I don't know, it's like, it's kind of culty, but in my own mind, it's like, I belong to something. Yes, coach is always right. We all wear white. Holy shit, maybe we are in a cult. Don't tell my wife, please, because she keeps sending me. It's like, you have to go to jiu-jitsu. I was like, do I? Like, yeah, you can't miss a class. I missed 3 already. So. Like, she's trying to set me up for a cult. Okay, whatever. Do you remember your first roll?
At Crazy 88?
Yes, at 88.
Yes, I do. So, oddly enough, the first class I went to was a single leg X class, and that's what I'm working on now. But the first class of Crazy 88 was a single leg X class, and I rode with that guy Andy, who's a blue belt.
Okay, I know who you talk about.
And we were rolling, and I gassed out in like 30 seconds. It was like, and I felt bad because I was like, oh my God, I'm being a horrible training partner. And he was like, oh yeah, he's done. And then I just sat on the side and like just kind of watched. But the roll itself was like, I could do nothing. I could literally do nothing, and he was just beating me up pretty good.
Well, I mean, it was your first like roll.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wonder though, because I don't remember. Well, I remember my trial, but I don't remember my first roll like in class. But I never thought about it. But I wonder if like there's that feeling of like I got to come in and be, because it's like it's your first roll. We're not expecting you to, be a world champ out the gate. There's a learning curve there. So, and Andy's a sweetheart. Like I'm sure Andy was just like, okay,
super cool. Yeah, he was super cool about it.
Like Andy has choked me many a time. And I'm like, you dick. Like, stop it. Like, I don't like this. But that's, again, good that, it didn't deter you. Because there's some folks I've seen that first class, like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
It's like an ego. If you're coming with no knowledge, that's like an ego crusher. Because like, if you come in with no knowledge, who in their right mind wants to just lose for months, just not win, not even gain any traction?
Well, but there are those folks that will only do activities that they're good at, and that's fine, I guess. Again, for your ego, awesome. But are you really challenging yourself? Are you really, pushing your limits? So, and I feel like when folks step on that mat, that's an ultimate like test, because we get our asses kicked for the first year, like, and beyond sometimes. And you keep coming back. That says a whole lot. But if, sometimes people get fed up and they're like, dude, I'm sick of this shit. Like, I got other shit to do. My shoulder hurt. Like today, like when I came home, I was carrying my backpack downstairs. My shoulder is never cramped up. I was like, yo, why is my joint tight right now? Like, I can't move my shoulder. And finally I got it to like readjust. But like, that's, when you're taking those ass whippings for several months, there's a certain point where some people are just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm going to go ahead and play pickleball. And as soon as I find out that they're playing pickleball and not doing jiu-jitsu, I'm egging their house. That's just how it goes.
I'll be right there with you.
Like, well, eggs are expensive, so you got to find something like maybe some water balloons with like syrup in it or some shit. I don't fucking know, but eggs expensive, so let's not fuck around.
Well, I feel like the biggest test is just walking through the doors. Mm-hmm. That's like main thing. Just walking through the doors, that's like the biggest. That was the biggest test for me.
Yeah, the anxiety of doing something new people, different people. That's very jarring. Like it, to this day, I still have panic attacks before. If I'm late for a class, I don't have time for a panic attack. It's like, I gotta fucking get in here. But if I'm a little early, I'm in the car, like going through breathing exercises. And the week that Elkridge had the WKA going on, so they came over to train. I didn't know. So I came in late already. I didn't have my gi top, and I'm freaking out. And then I look, and I'm like, yo, like, Chris Kim is here. I haven't seen that man in years. What's going on here? Something special going on? And then I look in, I see 50 people on the mat, and I was like, yo. That's one of those things, though. It's like, just walking through the door. And that's me with many years of training. So coming in for your first time, just seeing a few people on the mat and, grip fighting and doing foot sweeps and takedowns, like, yo, the fuck am I getting myself into? You know what, Devin? You got yourself into a cult. That's what you're getting into.
Pretty much.
But hey.
It's a good cult.
Yeah, it's a good cult. We're one of the good ones. Like, we love you. Like we just don't, we can't allow you to go talk to your family, but we want you to come to class with us all the time. But hey, what are some of the challenges that you kind of encounter on the mat early on, and like kind of overcoming those?
Cardio was my biggest thing, because when I first started, I was like 225. It's maybe above that, but it was like cardio was like, I was just dying every class. And I tried to, because I was super excited about doing jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take this super seriously. I'm not going to burn myself out. So for like a couple months, I only did 2 classes a week. And then I slowly advanced it. But the cardio is the biggest issue. And as I started doing more classes, that got better. And then started losing weight, started eating better. And that literally fixed everything. Like, even now, if I eat poorly, I can feel it. If I don't drink enough water, I can feel it. Like, I know exactly where I'm lacking, because I can feel it on the mat and in the rolls.
Yeah. Like, eating beforehand, like, what you eat before is important. Eating what afterward is important, but I mean, I'm sitting here drinking a beer right now, so is it really that important? It probably is. But yeah, like, all the little things matter. And if you compete too, then it really starts to matter. So, yeah, like, I think what's coming up, King of the White Belts?
Yeah.
Are you doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fucking right, doggy. Like, I just want to go there and watch. I just want to watch the chaos. Like, let's see. Like, my money's on you right now. So, like, I got to see what other white belts are in there. I was like, oh, you got a phase belt, son. Relax. You guys don't count. But if I'm a betting man, like, I think Devin gonna fuck y'all up.
Well, I appreciate that, but if you saw the roll between Dylan and I today, you'd be like, my money's on Dylan.
Oh, is Dylan doing it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, my money's on Dylan.
Mine, too. My money's on him, too.
Dylan beat my ass 3 weeks ago, and I wasn't right for the rest of the day. I was like, yo, why he body triangled me like that? He didn't even have to do that. He could have just, like, held me. Like, he didn't even have to, like, squeeze my fucking stomach like that, and then he choked me right after. I was like, yo, this is unnecessary. You know this is on camera, right? My camera. My kid is going to watch this. I'm like, Dad, like, you're not very good. You just learned how to ride a bike, so shut up. You're not very good, but no, that's exciting though. That event coming up, and then, like you said, just the little things that you notice that affect you. And I thought about that recently too. It was like, because as we're out there on the mats rolling, we are up close and personal, but you can start telling the differences with people. And I was like, okay. Like, all right, Devin, feeling a little different here on these rolls. Like, oh shit, that rear naked choke feels a little like that's sliding in a little differently now. Right, this dude is, slimming up. He might be hitting the weights. I don't know, like, because I know when I roll with Kyle every so often, I go to like, kind of frame and push his arm. I was like, oh, I could definitely tell you've been lifting. Like, oh, look at you, guy. Like, getting strong over here. And then he fucking bolos me. I'm like, well, fuck you. I'm like complimenting your strength. You just did some flimsy shit on me. So I'm not okay again. I'm angry. But whatever. Also, I wanted to mention, a little off subject here. Before we started recording, Devin did save my life. There was a wasp on my neck. I didn't know this. Now, the thing is, Devin was super casual about it. I would have freaked out. He was like, yeah, there's a wasp on your neck. Like, he said this shit like it was like, like, dude, like, you're sweating. Like, are you okay? Like, he didn't say it like, oh, shit, there's a wasp on your neck. Like, that's urgency. And then I freaked out. I ran up the stairs like, you got to deal with that shit. I came back and he was like, I don't know where it went. And I was like, I don't know either. And I was like, let me take my shirt off. That motherfucker was in my shirt. Like, but I don't, it was just chilling. Like,
yeah, I like looked at the TV. I was talking to you, looked at the TV, and then looked back. I was like, get a fucking wasp on your neck. It was just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's not comforting. This is very, and ever since then, I've been kind of fucking with my neck now. Like is it gone? Even though I did stomp the shit out of it and then put it up in the vacuum. But just, shout out to Devin. Hold on, let's make some noise. Shout out to Devin for saving Dante's life over here. I'm not allergic, I don't think, but who knows? I could have died just now. And he saves me. So, besides on the mat, like, what are you into?
I mean, really, I'm just a homebody. I like movies. I shred some video games, although jiu-jitsu takes a lot of time away from the video games and the movies. But yeah, it's just I hang out at home with my wife. We always find something to do, something to watch. Just go to IKEA. Just go on little quests. It's pretty fun.
Like little adventures.
Yeah, that's aside from that, nothing really.
Well, what games are you playing?
The new UFC, okay. UFC 5. Played just weird stuff like Tropico. That's a cool game. I picked up like the old Modern Warfare 2. Just weird shit. I'm weird. I play weird stuff.
Hey, Devin, there's no such thing as weird. That is your normal. I'm always curious about that kind of stuff because it's like when I was in this kind of crossroads and I was like, I think I might be done with jiu-jitsu, but I was like, but if I stop jiu-jitsu, what fills that void? What? And not that I'm training a lot, But my Saturday morning, what does that look like? My Friday night, what does that look like now? And granted, it's only an hour, hour and a half, but it's still, it goes beyond that. So it's like, like you said, jiu-jitsu takes up that video game time. So, and I told my wife, I haven't played Madden. Well, I tend to play mid-season. Once I start to get the itch, I'll play for like an hour every couple of days. But it's like, if I'm not training, then I'm probably going to be playing college football and Madden. I don't even have I think a PS4. I haven't gotten a PS5 or Xbox, whichever one they're on. Because I don't feel like I'm going to have time to do any of that. And I almost bought a PS5 earlier this summer. I was like, but when am I going to play it? Like, probably never.
Right.
So, the jiu-jitsu is the source, man. It takes everything up, and it I feel like it kind of takes away some of those other habits. Like, again, if you're sitting around playing video games, you're not doing anything physical.
Yeah.
So you get on those mats, you're fighting for your life.
Well, I actually, when I was like 17-ish, I was playing the old UFC game, and I ended up dropping out of high school. I remember one morning I was playing that game, and I was like, well, I got a lot of free time on my hands. I want to get good at this, so I just started putting the hours into that. And I kind of used that philosophy of like getting better at that, attempted to get better at jiu-jitsu. As cliche as that sounds, but it's I try to really like dedicate, put the hours in, continuously test myself, slowly improve, and I just try to do that because I can't, like, as far as video games go, it has to be competitive almost always. Like Tropico's the different one, like that's
Sure.
just build stuff, but it almost always has to be competitive or it's really not worth my time. I don't find it fun. I don't find casual video games fun. It has to be some skill gap. It has to be a learning curve. I have to get better at it.
Yeah. So that's something Mark and I were talking about as we were texting, because we like to gossip about you every so often. But we were talking about, like, one thing I said about you was like, he has his thirst for knowledge. Like, he gives a damn. He wants to learn, and he's going to ask questions. It's like, it's a weird thing to like, and I guess I've kind of fallen into it now, but I still ask questions, when I genuinely need to know. But it's still weird when you see somebody come in, they're training, they're doing a thing, and then when we have that extra half hour, they just leave. So you don't want to test yourself. You don't want to maybe drill, ask questions. Coach Mahoney's always there for questions, and not just him, like, Kyle, Mark, I'm there sometimes. I don't know. I don't really have answers. I get questions. I'm just like, hey, go ask that guy. He might know more stuff than me. But, if you're just walking out and leaving consistently, sometimes you got shit to do. But if you're just consistently leaving, it's like, I feel like you might be wasting time, like, to some degree.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad sometimes because, like, if I could, I would just train all day, every day. So it's like, after those Saturday classes, I'll just be like, hey, how about this? What about this? What about this? And I feel bad because I'm sure it's annoying, but it's also like, I have to word vomit this because I'm going to forget. And it's also like, I have to ask all these questions because these are answers that I need. I need it to get better. I need it for the next class.
Yeah. I don't think there's anyone in our gym that would be annoyed by you asking questions. Like, again, we are, like, we want you to be better because you being better makes us better. And it's just, we're going to grow all together. So ask all, and honestly, you asking questions, sometimes it's like, shit, I never really thought of that. Let's go find that out together. I mean, even Coach Keefe says, it's like, if you ask him questions, like, well, I don't know, let's see. Let's see how this works. Mahoney does it. Like, when there's, a question afterwards, like, any questions, and someone asks him, it's like, I don't know, let's check it out. Let's see if it works. All right, it does work or it doesn't work, but now we know, and we, so no one's ever going to be annoyed by you asking a question. If they are annoyed by you asking a question, that's kind of weird. It's like, really? Like, you don't want this dude getting better? Because I hope he gets better and fucking beat your ass now. Like, I don't know anyone that would do that, that would,
I don't think there's been anybody so far that has, like came across to me like, oh, you're being fucking annoying. There hasn't been anybody yet at Crazy 88.
I couldn't imagine. Like, I'm just kind of going through the people. It's like, no, like, everyone's pretty much like, yo, you got a question? We will, if we don't have the answer, we're going to find the answer together. And we're going to get better. Because, again, that's kind of, I think, the bigger goal for all of us is we want you better because it's going to make us better. That sounds a little selfish, but hey, whatever. I'm a selfish lover, y'all.
Like,
I got to get mine.
It's an individual sport.
Yeah. It's like I'm out here. It's like, oh, what you need to know, Devin? You need to know this? And also for me, and it helps a little bit because you got a question. It's like, all right, he's working on this. I now got to go game plan. Just sit there and watch the videos that I record during class. Like, I noticed he was trying that. Okay. And then I go to BJJ Wiki and look at some bullshit I posted. It's like, all right, I'm going to use this on him. Like, I tried to wrist lock you today, but, like, you wouldn't let me. So.
I'm unwrist lockable. I'm claiming that now. There's people who have got me, but it's...
So I went through a phase when I got wrist locked enough. I was like, oh, this shit ain't happening again. And then I've got the signs down, but every so often I get a little too comfortable. It's just a ghost. Just the ghost fucking around in the hornets down here. Oh my God, it is the anniversary of this buying this house. So I don't know, some weird shit's probably going to happen tonight. I don't even, like, we tend to sit down here and watch movies once our daughter goes down to bed. But now I don't think I want to do that tonight now. I'm gonna like come down here and like just shake everything out, and because I'm trying to figure out where that fucking wasp came from. Like because it was chilling though, so I feel like it was down here.
Yeah, it was comfortable. It was comfortable down here. It was hanging out.
Yeah, it was like probably was sitting on the couch watching TV, and then I changed and put the Strangers on. And it was like, I don't know what I'm saying. Well, he talking to somebody. Let me go hang out on his shoulder. Like fucking, fucking creeped out by it now. Actually, I'll probably just send my wife down here first. Like, go hang out in the basement. Let me know if anything weird happens. Like what? I don't know. Like, I don't know, a sharp pain. Like, if you get stung, just let me know so I know not to go down there.
It's funny, if the wasp was on me, I wouldn't have been as casual. Because anytime there's a bug on me, I hit a little spasm. Like, oh, fuck.
I would have tackled you. It's like, yo, there's a wasp. Knock you into the wall and knock fucking action figures all over the floor. It's like, damn, dude, relax. It's just a wasp. Like, no, it's not. Like, that is a murder machine. Like, wasp, hornet, things that sting fucking suck. So I'm not going to let that go. But I will always forever appreciate you and owe you my life because you saved me. I could have died today. Like, because I've been stung in the neck by a wasp before, and that shit was embarrassing because it's like, yeah, put some mustard on it and it'll do something. I was like, all it did was make me smell like mustard and look like an asshole with yellow on my neck. Like, I was hoping someone move, and like after we got the shit loaded, I was like, all right, let's stop by McDonald's. Like, really? Really? You're gonna call me Yellowneck when I walk in there? Like, yo, can I get a fucking double cheeseburger? Hold the mustard? Yeah, we can see you got enough on you. Now you know. So basically the point is, if you get stung by wasps, don't fucking put mustard on that shit. It doesn't do anything for you. All it does is make you look fucking stupid.
I don't think I've ever been stung. I feel like everybody's been stung. I've never.
That's risky.
There was one time where I potentially got stung. I was sleeping and woke up to a pain in my arm, and I saw a wasp flying. Don't know, but I don't think, aside from that, I've ever been stung, if that was even getting stung.
I think that one wasp stinging me in the neck was the first time I can really think of. I might have got stung by like a yellow jacket when I was younger, perhaps, I don't know. But my buddy, he was renting a room in someone's basement, and his brother rented the other room, and in that other room, there's a wasp nest somewhere, and he was getting fucked up on the regular. I was like, I feel like that should have stopped after the first thing.
No shit.
That first thing would have been it. It was like, yo, we're burning this bitch now. So, I don't know. But either way, see, I told you we get distracted here because I am a child.
You and me both.
I can't stay focused. Like, we did a Fantastic Four episode that's coming up in 2 weeks, and we talked about Fantastic Four for about 30 minutes. It's a long episode, Devin. Very long episode. I don't recommend listening to it because I don't know what we talked about, but I think I talked about my breakthrough in therapy. And then my co-host was like, people are going to be really, really fucking weirded out by you. I was like, fuck them. But now I'm thinking, I was like, maybe that's not that wasn't the route. Maybe I should have been like, let's not talk about therapy on the pod. So, too many distractions. Besides, kind of taken away from like video games and hobbies and stuff, how has training, kind of affected your outside life?
Oh, well, I'm tired all the time. I'm sore all the time. And I talk about it all the time to everybody. It'll be somebody fucking random will be like, oh, yeah, jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. And it's, but the health benefits have been fucking major. I mean, I just feel better about myself, just all that stuff. It affects it very well. It does. The one thing was like the time it was taken away from my wife, or it does take away from my wife. That was like a kind of a learning thing, because it was like, listen, I want to fucking do this. I don't have to do it, but I was like, I almost have to fucking do this. And it's like, it's just tough navigating that.
Yeah. Like early on, like the soreness. Like I'd come home, I was like, hey, let's go out to this activity. No.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is.
Like, I need a nap. Like, I'm hurting. And then as I got older, there was the consideration of quitting. My wife was like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, you actually are much happier. Like, there's a different thing about you with training. And same. Anyone that will listen, I will fucking talk to them about it.
Yeah.
I wear jiu-jitsu shirts out just to spark the conversation. Like, there are people who won't wear them out because they're like, well, I don't want to put a target on my back. I don't want to be that guy. It's like, I want to be that guy. I want to talk about it. Like, I was in Baltimore and had a BJJ Wiki shirt on, and a bartender was like, oh, where do you train? And I was like, oh,
that's
shit.
so sick. That's so awesome. I love those.
And then I had on my Off the Mats, was a t-shirt or hoodie on St. Patrick's Day, and someone actually came up and recognized it. I felt like big shit that day.
No shit.
It's like, hey, round on me. And then I left. I was like, gotcha.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's anyone that'll listen, it's like, let's talk about it. But I think that's with anything, right? It's like if you were into, field hockey. It's a weird choice that I just made there, but whatever. Just follow me on it. But if you're into field hockey, you don't want to talk about it. You want to talk about, the tournament coming up. I don't know if they have like a pro field hockey league, but you'd be talking about it though, because that's an interest. It's fun. It's something you care about. And that's again what I said to Mark. Like I was like, Devin gives a damn. He cares. He wants to learn. He wants to know this shit. So, and part of that is like when you see people. I saw someone yesterday at the library. A dude wearing a rash guard. I was like, that's not regular people attire. Like regular humans don't just wear rash guards out in the street. And I walk, like, as I'm leaving, I get into my work van. And I was kind of slow pacing it so I can catch him. As he comes, I was like, hey, yo, where are you training at? I said it on his fucking rash guard, but, I'm a little slow. And he was like, oh, he said the gym. And then we kind of had like a little exchange. I was like, oh, it's good to know. Good to know. I'm over at 88. He was like, oh, is that over here? I was like, no, it's behind the bowling alley, in Severna Park. So I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, not far either. Mm-hmm. He's like, I think a couple lights up. I was like, okay, cool. Maybe we'll see each other. And just neon belly on. Just I was like, yeah, I remember me from the library.
Well, what you said about the t-shirts, there was like a period of time before I trained, I was like, oh, I want to get some cool jiu-jitsu t-shirts, but I was like, I don't train. I'd kind of feel like an imposter. It was like the first couple weeks I was like, well, let's add this to the wardrobe. Let's add this one. I'm Googling cool jiu-jitsu shirts.
I mean, you could always go to, I don't even know the name of my fucking site. Never mind. You could always go to this site. You can always go to the link in my bios and get yourself some shirts. They're not cool, but at least they're jiu-jitsu shirts and they really support the show.
For sure.
New mics. Actually, I just mentioned last night, I have like 12 mics. So if my wife comes out and gets pissed and try to hide my mics, it's like, girl, don't you know? I have mics hidden all over the house, like just in like compartments. Like, we're going to record again. But yeah, it's the gear that you can get it's just always so cool. And it's kind of like Surfer, being a surfer. It's like, oh, like Point Break is one of my favorite movies. It's like surfing is the source. It's like Keanu Reeves walking around with a surfboard everywhere. That's us now as grapplers. Yeah. Just walk around in rash guards, spats with no shorts on.
I'm gonna start wearing my wipeout out.
Yeah, just like every so often, like you just throw my gi pants on and like go up the street. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, oh, just trying to flex. Like, I don't work in the streets, right? Like, test me. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Let me put my gi top on and tie my belt. Like, okay, loser.
Have you come across any people that say that doesn't work on the street?
So I have family and friends who will always say, what if I have a gun? And my response every time is, do you have a gun right now? And their answer is always no. And my response is always, no, I'm going to fuck you up. So I haven't encountered anybody that says jiu-jitsu doesn't work in the streets, though. I think when people say that, it's very short-sighted because it's like, oh, they think I'm going to do like the jiu-jitsu thing. Like, jiu-jitsu is more than just the tech. It's like body awareness, control. So it's like, let's say there's a situation and I know how to contain you. I know how to keep you at bay. If it gets physical, I know how to get to your back. I know how to then contain you from there. That doesn't mean I need to throw up a triangle. That doesn't mean I need to throw an armbar or an omoplata or a heel hook or a Peruvian necktie. Right. I don't need to do that shit. Yes, those are jiu-jitsu things. But jiu-jitsu is also just, like, again, I can just get mount. There's a video I just posted recently. It's an older video. There's a young lady fighting some other girl, and, they're kind of throwing hands at first like sloppy, and then the girl goes jiu-jitsu mode. She gets mount, starts hitting the broad, and then she spins into an arm bar. And you hear the girl say, "Oh, my fucking arm!" And she snapped back on it quick, so she's injured. And then she transitioned, went to her back and rear naked choke, and put her to sleep. And the argument there that I see in the comments is people basically saying, that's kind of irresponsible of her, and it's like, I agree a little bit, but if you're trained a certain way, you're trained to keep going until the threat is neutralized. Or you can also contain this person. It doesn't have to be, again, fancy moves. All it really needs to be is, I've got back control and you don't know what to do from here. I've got mount, you don't know what to do from here. I got knee on belly, you don't know what to do from here. But people are dumb, and they like to think, well, you can't use that. Just stand up.
Well, I feel like people, when they hear jiu-jitsu, regular people, I feel like they think it's only pulling guard, and somebody's going to keep you in close guard. It's like, well, I can fucking wrestle you. Like,
yeah.
Sweep. I mean, I don't have to just sit in close guard on the street. Like, that's ridiculous.
It'd be really weird if you're in a street fight and you go to close guard. Just like, yikes. I don't know if you know this, but they're going to punch you a lot. Ultimately the goal is to make sure they cannot inflict any harm on you or anyone else. And there's so many things we can do with the information that we have. And really the best thing about it, to me at least, is it gives me the confidence to verbally de-escalate a situation. Because I know if it has to get physical, I can still, kind of contain it, but I feel a lot more confident just talking it down. And in most cases, that has worked. I had one incident, in my mid-white belt days, where I had to hold somebody in the bar, but otherwise, I just talk it down, because why are we fighting? We're grown-ass men. I've been watching Vikings a lot. But, that's a whole different time period. We don't need to fight. I don't, look, you want to come over to Kattegat, come over and hang out. We've got ale. We got some mushrooms. We got fresh goat. But we don't got to fight. But if you want to fight, we can do this. And it's fine. We'll be friends afterwards. Because that's what I love about this, is we fight each other. And then afterwards, yo, man, that was a good roll. That was a good fight. So.
Well, I also feel before training at all, I feel like being the untrained person I would have to walk around kind of, not saying I was aggressive or anything, but it's like you have an exaggerated sense like, oh, dude, I'm going to fucking throw a haymaker and then shoot a double. It's like, but then after training, it's like, I don't even want to fight anybody. Yeah. I don't even want to think about fighting anybody. Like, it's dangerous. I could get hurt. They could get hurt.
It's exhausting, too.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm tired. I don't got time for a fight, man. I'm 47. My hip hurt. My shoulder was hurting this morning. Like, I'm hungry. I had 6 Oreos for breakfast. I mean, like, I don't want to fight nobody. I had a fucking messed up breakfast. Like, I don't got the energy for this. But I had a guest on here once kind of explain it in an interesting way. He was like, imagine you're a bricklayer. You go to the bar after work, and somebody approaches you and say, I could lay bricks better than you. I was like, okay, good. I don't have to prove myself. I'm tired. I've been laying bricks all day. I don't have to prove that I can do this because I've already done it. That's a you problem, not a me problem. So, and I think of that, in that comparison with jiu-jitsu, it's like, somebody's like, oh, I can do this, or I can, can you hold me down? Like, I probably could, but why would I? I had a friend, say to me, you could probably kill me, couldn't you? I was like, I don't want to kill you. Why is that your first thought? Like, hi works very well first. Like, hey man, what's up? Like, you can probably kill me. Like, maybe, but I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I can, but I'm not going to try. Like, people are weird.
Well, I feel like if somebody came up to me in public and was like, I'm better at you than jiu-jitsu, I'd probably be like, just sign the fucking waiver.
Yeah.
Like, we can figure this out Tuesday.
We have waivers. Meet me behind the bowling alley. That's what I always say to people. Like, you can meet me behind the bowling alley. We'll figure it out. And they're like, behind the bowling alley? Like, little do they know the gym is there. I was like, there used to be a time in life where you can just go behind the Applebee's and get to a solid fucking fist fight and move on with your day. Now people got knives and shit. And it's like, you can't even fight at the Applebee's anymore. Like, first off, where's Applebee's? Are they still a thing? I see the commercials, but
I think so. I don't know how they're still a thing, but I think so.
I mean, Applebee's is kind of like the low tier, but if you really want to get into a scuffle, head to the Waffle House. That shit's like on schedule. It's
always the Waffle House.
My daughter said to me the other day, Dad, I've never eaten at a Waffle House, and I really do. And I was like, girl, you don't know how to fight. And she was like, what? And I was like, just go out and ride your bike. Leave me alone. I'm not going to fucking Waffle House.
Why is it always? It's always. Are they open like 24 hours?
Yes.
That's why. Okay, that's why.
But Denny's is too. And Denny's is chill. Waffle House just has that reputation. Like, you wake up in the morning, like, you know what? I want to fight. So where should I go for a fight? Waffle House. It just kind of sounds like it in the name, though, too. It just sounds like a place that people fight.
It sounds like a scrappy place.
Super generic, yellow and black. Like, that just makes me, like, those colors do actually make me want to fight. I'm like, damn, dude, I kind of want to throw hands now.
I'm going to go to Dollar General trying to fucking get some fights after this.
Yeah, hey, Dollar General, sometimes, you walk in Dollar General, like, I look at the cashiers, I'm like, I think we can do this. Like, what you trying to do? Y'all got black and yellow. You trying to go? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's like, I don't know. Low blood sugar. I gotta feel good. But yeah, like, people on the street just with that mentality, though, it's like, oh, this wouldn't work, that wouldn't work. It's like, maybe you might be right, but I don't gotta prove nothing to you. I'm gonna test it. I mean, if you do, though, like you said, let's go sign this waiver. Like, I think that's part of why my friend doesn't want to train either, because every time I was like, well, come sign the waivers. Like, why we got to sign waivers? Because if you fucking get hurt, I don't want you fucking suing where I train. Like, right. I like training there. I was like, well, why would I get hurt? Well, because we're fucking practicing fighting, bitch. Like, we played basketball together growing up. You know how many fucking sprained ankles and knees we've had? That's on some non-contact shit. So, which is weird, because I get injured less doing this than I ever did doing any of my other sports. So,
I don't think I've had a major injury doing this, but it's definitely bangs me up. It's probably I'm probably just too aggressive in the way I train. But what are you gonna do? You know,
I mean, you're still young in the game, though. So as time goes on, it's kind of a twofold thing, because it gets easier and less aches and pains. But then the potential for bigger injuries are there. Just as you're exploring and learning, but it's still pretty rare. I think my worst injury was maybe the separated rib, perhaps, or the groin strain. But like other than, I mean, the fingers and the hand stuff, I that's just kind of like par for the course. But like the ribs and the groin, I was like, oh no. Like, and the thing with a groin injury, it always seems like it's better. It's not better. It's never better. And then with the rib, my doctor was like, well, patient first. Doctor was like, how you be good in 2 weeks? Excuse me, sir. I don't know if you know this, but I won't be good in 2 weeks. Maybe on some standard, like, walk around. But I can't get back on the mats in 2 weeks. Like, I took 2 months off. Just like, I'm not testing that. Because I got a feeling that shit's going to happen again. Right?
I feel like anytime patient first says something, you should probably like do the opposite. In my experience,
Yeah, I've been there twice, and yeah, both times it was like, I don't trust your information. I'm gonna go like when I had coverage with Kaiser, we had to go to there. You could go to patient first, it'll be fine, but I would just go to Kaiser's urgent care. It's like it's right there, it's direct, and my doctor would get all the information straight up. So I was like, I'm just going to start going to them because they, like my doctor, she trained at 88, or her kids trained at 88 years ago. So she knew. I think she trained a little bit too, but she was aware, and she knew my injuries when I would come in with something, like do these stretches, you'll be fine. Except for that time she gave me muscle relaxers. Not okay. Absolutely not okay. And this isn't her fault. Devin, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a little dumb. So, on my drive home, which was a 10-minute drive, I took the muscle relaxer because I timed it where it was like, it was a 20-minute drive, but I took it at the 10-minute mark because I knew I would get home before it hits. There was a detour in traffic. And that shit hit, and I made a turn and ended up going in the wrong lane into incoming traffic, and I was like, oh no. I made it home safe, obviously, but I got home as soon as I walked in the door, just fell right to the floor and went to sleep.
Oh, I bet.
My wife came home, was like worried because there was like a body blocking the door. She was like, oh my God, he's dead. It's like, no, it's a muscle relaxer. And I called out from work the next 2 days. I was like, I'm not going to be okay. I'm in a bad way right now.
Nope, not dead, just OD'd on muscle relaxers. It's all good.
Yeah, and then we threw them away right on. Like,
oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, we're never taking this again. Not even half. Like, this is not for Dante. But then, not everybody's, comfortable with drugs. Some people eat that shit like M&Ms.
That's what I was about to say. I don't fuck with any of that. Like, even stuff that's prescribed. Like, I used to not be able to breathe out of my nose, and I had a deviated septum. Yeah. And then they like cleared a polyp out and just fixed me all up. But after that, they had like prescribed me Percocets, and I didn't even fucking. I just got rid of them. I was like, there's no point. I get it. It's pain, but I don't. I just don't want anything to do with this stuff.
Yeah, you're better served just powering through.
Yeah.
Because you take the pill, right? It's going to relieve the pain, but the pain is going to come back. Mm-hmm. So just fucking power through. When I was in the hospital around 2016. Yeah, that's when my daughter was born. I had a blockage in my intestines, and I was in a lot of pain. I thought I was about to die. This was the end. My daughter was a week from being born. And I told my wife, if I die, tell her I died fighting aliens. Like, tell her some bullshit. Like, don't say it was because of a mango. Like, say I fucking saved. Like, I got War of the Worlds playing in the background. I was like, tell her some shit like that happened. Show her that movie and say, this is a biography or, about your dad. Like, just bullshit her. But, they were like, when I went to the Kaiser urgent care, they pumped me with something, and it was delicious. I don't know what it was, but I felt zero pain. I was like, y'all can send me home. It was like, actually, we can't. You need to stay, and we're going to send you to Anne Arundel. So I get to Anne Arundel. They give me not what I got at Kaiser. They gave me morphine, which was helpful. And it was weird because it wore off of it pretty quickly. I was like, hey, I'm still hurting. Can I get some more of that morphine? It was my hip that was hurting, actually, at this point. I was like, well, we can't give you any more morphine for another 6 hours. Or no, it was Tylenol. We can't give you more Tylenol for another 6 hours, but we can give you some morphine. And I was like, I feel like we escalated. I just wanted some, y'all got some Bayer? Like, I don't fucking know. I don't think we should be jumping to morphine, though, like, out the gate. Like, maybe Bayer, aspirin, something. But at the end of the day, I would prefer just to deal with the pain because it's going to come back. Like, I have, like, some CBD gummies over here. I take them from time to time. Like, I'll take the drops from time to time, depending on what's hurting and how bad it is. But again, it's not that it takes away the pain. It kind of eases it, but it's still there. Whereas, like, if you're taking, like, Percocets, muscle relaxers, are like, oh, these are to get rid of the things. And you're going to take these and you're probably going to go run naked in the streets. And I was like, ugh. I just want to not hurt.
Well, that was when I was leaving the surgery center. They had they'd put me on fentanyl and Percocets as long as this prescription for Percocets. I wanted to jump out of my fucking skin. Oh my God. I was like so itchy, just angry. I was like, I don't ever want to do this. Yeah. Never.
There's, I had a lipoma, like a benign tumor that they removed one day. I actually got it removed and went to train right after. Sick. I was like, I think I can still do this. And I was still high, though, off the anesthesia. Like, I had my grandfather drop me off. I was like, I think I'll be all right. Sarah, come get me later. And it was not okay. But they were like, head down to the pharmacy, get, some painkillers. It'll be fine. And it was like something basic. I was like, no, I'm all right. Like, I don't need this. Again, the pain's going to come back. That's what I look at with any bumps or bruises I get on the meds. I was like, we'll be all right. As long as it's not like a compound fracture.
Right.
Like, I think we're going to be okay. But I'm glad you haven't had any major injuries because, those first.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Because what was it? I had a real bad ankle. Somebody rolled back. Somebody had a rear naked choke. They had my back, and then they just rolled me back over my knees and my ankle. And there was that pop. So, but that still wasn't as bad as the ribs and the groin, but it was pretty bad. And then I got home, and then my wife said she was pregnant. So that's probably the worst injury I got from jiu-jitsu as a kid. No, I love my kid. She's awesome. She's 9 right now, and she says things where I'm like, you know what?
Sign the fucking waiver. Let's go.
Like, I got a waiver in the basement. Like, we can do this. She was like, what? I was like, look, I was adopted, so we're not afraid to go with that process again. Like, I know where we're not allowed to call them orphanages anymore.
Why is that?
Because they're not orphans. Apparently, the parents might not be dead. It's like, that's fucked. I mean, it just seems like standard terminology, orphanage. But I guess there are group homes now, which sounds far worse.
So it's like a prison camp.
Yeah. It was like, I don't know, the orphanage I was at, or I'm sorry, group home that I was at was actually pretty chill. But I was young. I was little. And there were the teenagers that were trying to run away every night. And he was like, I didn't think it was that bad. They gave me a peanut butter jelly sandwich and a glass of milk. I was like, this shit is tight. I woke up Saturday morning, watched My Pet Monster on ABC. I was like, this is really good. I like this place. I want to stay here. And meanwhile, the teenagers trying to jump out windows. I was like, that's weird.
Jesus. How long were you there for?
I was not there very long.
Okay.
I want to say, I think I went there in August, perhaps, of 87. And I got saddled with the family November. So, which is not very common.
3 months. Yeah, I hear stories about people being there for years.
Yeah, there's some kids that are lifers. Once you hit 18, y'all got to bounce.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all just going to throw me out?
Did you see any fights there?
No. I felt like our place was pretty good. It was clean. Everyone I felt like was treated with respect. They had a green light, red light, yellow light, red light system. Red light means you get extra chores. Green light means you're okay. Yellow light is you're on thin ice. I was always a green light. But again, I was there for 3 months. Mm-hmm. Once I got with my foster family, I would have been a red light every day. I'm a fucking nightmare, setting garages on fire, running away from home. Not running away because I wanted to, like, I was running away because I knew I was going to get my ass beat. I was like, I got to avoid this. Let me find a friend. They're like, you can't stay at my house. I was like, fuck, I got to get my ass beat now. But, I mean, I just bring back the word orphanage. Stop taking it away from us.
No, I didn't know they ever switched it to group homes.
Neither did I until I said it. And they're like, no, you can't say that. I was like, why the fuck not? I like orphanage. It rolls off the tongue.
Was it like a group setting where you're like, yeah, orphanage? Everyone's like,
Yeah.
ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, it was like some lady was like, yeah, well, we don't call it that anymore. I was like, y'all don't call it that anymore.
So anyway, I was at the orphanage.
So anyhow, my orphanage was fucking cool. Like, we didn't even have porridge. Like, we had spaghetti and meatballs. Like, that seems like a standard meal at the orphanage. Like, please stop saying that word, Mr. Dante. Like, please fuck off. like, I love that word. I might change the podcast now to out the orphanage.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
And we're like, what the fuck, is this a jiu-jitsu pod anymore? No. Like, someone's going to get mad. But whatever.
You brought up War of the Worlds earlier. I had to make sure it wasn't the Ice Cube one.
I am going to watch it just because I have to.
I heard it's like one of the worst.
That's why I
is
have
it
to
a
watch
movie
it.
or is it a show?
It's a movie.
I heard it's one of the, like, I saw something where it was 0% Rotten Tomatoes.
And now it's 3.
Oh, it was 4. It was 4 when I looked at it. So maybe they knocked it back
Then
down.
it dropped.
I need to go put 0 on it. I haven't even watched it yet.
It's like, no, bring those fucking numbers back now. I want that 0. I'm going to watch it just because I have to know now. It's like, but a lot of times, though, my feeling with critics is like, you're a failed screenwriter that just didn't make it, and you're just angry. So you're just shitting on movies. But sometimes it's valid. Sometimes there are movies that are that bad. It's like, yikes. Maybe you're not wrong. Maybe you are a little right. But sometimes they just be shitting on movies. It's like Hocus Pocus, which I'm not crazy about the movie myself, but I know it's beloved.
The first or second one?
The first one.
I like the first one.
Like,
Fun.
it seems
Fun
cutesy. Whenever it's on, like, my wife and daughter watch it, I'm not like, ugh, turn it off. I'm just like, it's fine, But it's like got a 21% or some shit. Like,
Really?
it's like, yo, what is wrong? Like, why? Well, like, what's wrong with me? But also with doing the horror podcast, though, and when people say they don't like something, I want to know why. Why don't you like it? Like, and when people get to talk through that, they start to realize maybe I was just being a dick. Because, like, if you can say, people like to hate on the Rob Zombie Halloween remake. It's like, well, tell me why you don't like it. Because I loved it. It's like, but tell me why you hate it. And the thing is, just because I like that doesn't mean I don't like John Carpenter's.
Right.
That's in my top 10. And people are like, well, they do this and they do that. And then I was like, that doesn't make it bad, though.
Right. They're just being a hater.
You can not like it. That's fine. But it's not. That doesn't hurt the movie. That actually helps, it seems like. But, people are going to, the internet. Everybody has a voice now.
Yeah.
So, look, Devin, I have a podcast. If we didn't have the internet, I wouldn't have a podcast. Like, it's, only in America I could sit here and talk about jiu-jitsu and then say, you know what, let's talk about movies now.
Yeah.
And then someone's going to be like, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about movies.
Right.
So, but either way, fuck them bozos. So right now, as a white belt, what are some of your short-term goals?
Short-term goals. I want to get the ankle lock down to the point where somebody's like, people
I've
in the
noticed.
room. I want it to be to the point where people are in the room like, he's good at ankle locks. Like, that's short-term, and then it's from there branching out a little bit. Single leg X, keeping that X guard. Like, that's the system that I kind of want. That's my short-term goal, doing that.
Okay. I will say, when we rolled today, I did put my foot there. I wanted you to work on that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, I don't think you're going to be able to get it. It was one of those things like, I want you to go for it. Like, do your work. Because, and now it's going to challenge me to have to defend that. Mm-hmm. So,
I appreciate that.
That's a solid goal to have. Now that I know that, I'm going to game plan. So, like, today's been a day of game planning. I'm thinking about CH. He wasn't there today, but I got him in my crosshairs.
Rolling with that guy's fucking insane. Rolling with him, it's like, he'll get me into some shit where it's like, is even a move, or like, did you just make this, or did you just invent this? It's wild. He like gets me into this weird back mount, but it's not really back mount, but it's like fucking me up.
I asked him one time, I was like, whatever the fuck he was doing, I was like, is this legal? And he was like, uh-huh. And just proceeded to fucking tap me. I was like, okay, just making sure, because not that I'm going to tell. Like, I'm not going to, like, snitch, you know. Like, hey, so CH is doing illegal moves. Like, if he heel hooked me in the gi, I wouldn't tell. I'd just be like, that's wild. Like, why would you choose that today?
Right.
Like, you're really choosing violence. But yeah, like, the ankle lock, I mean, you hear a lot of like white belts come in. It's like, I want to learn leg locks, but they want to learn the flash of it. What you're doing is like, you're taking the steps to not just learn it, but pick up like the smaller details and fine tune it. Whereas you get guys who are like, I just want to do this and like be like crazy, and I want to be able to like tap somebody in 8 seconds. I was like, yeah, I guess, but can you shrimp?
Everybody thinks they're going to be Gordon Ryan coming in. You know, everybody thinks they're going to be the best. They see that on ADCC. They see everybody getting heel hooks, whatever. Myself included. Like, I thought, like, oh, I'm going to be better. I've watched this, but you gotta find the lay of the land. Well,
that dude trained. Well, I don't know what's going on with him now, but I know was it a New Wave. And then down at here, Def Squad, previously, they were training 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Like, Christmas included. Open gifts. Here's the gi. Put it on, bitch.
Yep.
Like, let's go. Or no, I think they were mostly no gi, but like, oh, here's a new rash guard. Put it on, bitch. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Donaher was saying, like, if they were tired, if they were worn out, he would rather them train light than not train at all.
Which I get that. That makes total sense. It's like, instead of trying to, and I need to actually start really thinking about that, because I rolled with Mark at the end, and I was fucking exhausted. And like, we got out of camera shot, but it just, I know if it was in camera shot, it looked bad. Like, you got Naomi on the side. All right, Dante, come on, Dante, you can do this. I was like, I can't do this. I just want to go to sleep. Like, there was a point where it was like, just Mark, take my back and hug me. like, I just don't want to fight anymore. I'm so fucking tired. But it's like, there's like, you know, with being that tired, it was like, yeah, just go light, drill even, you know, but, you know, there is currency in that ideology. But, you know, sometimes you might say, I want a day off because I want to, you know, fucking go to Waffle House. And that's really not a day off, because you're just going to fight when you get there. But still, you know, test your skills. Like, are you going to ADCC? No, I'm going to Waffle House. Flying hill hooks, bitch. Ooh, that'd be wild. Just walking Waffle House, start hill hooking cats.
People wouldn't even know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God, he's limping. Like, who's next? Why are you laying on the ground? Stomp this dude.
What's up with all these dudes crawling on the ground?
Like crawling around like, you know, Ivar the Boneless. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's got no legs. But yeah, you know, keep doing what you're doing, dude, because like it makes us happy. Like, again, just texting with Mark, it's like we're both just like fucking gushing over, like, oh my God, this is so fucking cool, because you get white belts that come in and they say they want to do the thing, but they don't show that they want to do the thing.
Right.
They're just the talk, and like, you are actually like, because like, even today after class, you over there working with Kyle, and you know, it's like, after class, that's what we should be doing. It's like, all right, let's brainstorm some things, let's fine tune stuff. Me, on the other hand, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm sweating, so I'm making puddles. I probably should also be working as well. Like, but I'm like, dude, I'm a little tired. Like, you know, my hip hurts. But Devin's over there getting those reps, and Devin's catching up now. So and I mean, again, though, that's the thing. It's like, we see you. Now we know we got to, because it's like, this dude's catching up. So we got to get on this dude's level. So keep that shit up, homie.
Appreciate it. Will do. You said you when you roll with Mark earlier, I roll with Mark earlier, and it was like, he was like playing Dance Dance Revolution. It was like, step over here, step over, up, pass your guard.
Yeah, well, like that carried over to me, because then he just started beating the shit out of me. And I was like, whoa, I'm not Devin. Like, I'm tired. Like I'm, you know, I had 6 Oreos for breakfast. I don't have the energy to be fighting right now. I just want to get like, a decent roll in. Like, oh no, here we go, showboating. All right, he's about to do. Like, and I saw him looking at the camera, like he was trying to set something. I was like, don't fucking do this. My kid is gonna watch this. Like, she's gonna like, I don't want to be your kid anymore. Like, that's all right. Adoption it is for you. I know an orphanage around the corner.
Group home.
Like, you gotta go. And speaking of Mark, as far as the gym influences, helpers in the gym, who are some of those folks who have really like kind of taken you under their wing?
Mark for sure. Yeah, Mark for sure. And him and Christian, that's like the top two most helpful people. I mean, everybody's helpful. Everybody's very helpful. But Mark and Christian, it's like, I know I can approach them with a question. They will be happy to give me an answer. And it's like, as Mark in particular, it's like, he knows what I want. He knows what I am asking, and that's been super helpful. I've noticed a increase with that, with him helping me out.
He's super knowledgeable. He also has kind of that thirst for knowledge, and not just that though, the want to share. There are so many people that's like, they want the knowledge, they want to hide the knowledge. But it is such a relief, again, just at our gym, our culture there is like, we all want to like share what we know. Like there's not a single individual that I've ever encountered there that, again, doesn't want to help you. And Mark, I think, is one of the best folks to, kind of get that help from. Mm-hmm. Because, he's going to take the time to make sure you're doing it right. He's not going to let you half-ass it. He's going to take the extra steps to make sure that, like, now this can be done in a live role, and then just kind of get you there. So, shout out to Mark. Let's make some noise for Mark here. Coach Mark, because he claims I can't say his last name right. So whatever. I mean, I know how to spell it. Like, I won a 5th grade spelling bee, so I can spell almost anything. I just can't pronounce the words. And as far as you now being on the mats and having almost a year coming up here, what would you say to someone new trying to get into the sport and, trying to ease anxieties, nerves? Like, what advice would you give?
I mean, just fucking go for it. That's really just walk through the doors and let it all come naturally, because being this new, being within my first year, it's like, I can't guide my own training. I need other people to guide it for me. And it's like, I feel like other new people just starting should just go with the flow. Yeah. Just do it. Because I even sent Mark a text the other day, and he was like, just trust the process. And it's like, fuck yeah. Just trust the process.
Yeah. When I came back to training, I've been training, but it felt like I wasn't. But when I came back to Severna Park and doing Saturdays, and I was doing one-on-ones with Mahoney, and it was kind of a similar thing. Trust the process. As he's showing me the knee cut and showing me the Kimura system and everything, it's like, just trust it. Just do these steps. Each thing is going to lead you to the next. Just trust it. And it took a minute, because that was kind of an issue for me, because I had other ways already instilled. So breaking those old habits, and they're still there. I still fucking do them. But once I start trusting what Coach Mahoney was showing me, I was like, oh, it works. You all are Fucksville. And then once I started applying pressure, I was like, oh my God, I'm trusting it. This is like, that's what they mean. Trust the process. Oh my God, this is so fucking cool. And I was like, imagine what I could do if I just start like really believing in it. Oh my God, you guys are done for. I can't wait. Sorry, I just zipped out for a minute. I'm thinking about fucking all y'all up. I asked you a question. I'm thinking like, oh, y'all about to get your ass beat. Let me figure out how we gonna do this. That shit don't work in the street.
Well, you also asked me about anxiety, and I have pretty bad anxiety as it is, and of course going to the gym with a bunch of people you don't know, a bunch of people who it seems like, oh yeah, everybody's tight knit, everybody's close. Being a new person coming into that, I thought like everybody was judging me. I thought it was like a big judgment thing. I was like, holy shit. It's just in social settings like that, and it's like, that doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares, as long as you're not hurting anybody, but nobody cares.
I had a guest on a few months back, and he's a surfer, and he brought that up, surfing, and, thinking of people are watching me, wipe out and shit. Like, it was like, nobody cares. And, kind of applying that to jiu-jitsu was like, yeah, it's the same thing. Nobody cares. We're too busy doing our own shit. Mm-hmm. Now, from time to time, you might get like Kyle, off to the side if he's not sparring, he might kind of coach you through some stuff. But that's still not a thing of like, I'm watching you and judging you. It's like, I see some holes here. Let me help you.
Yeah.
Because again, that's what we are about. We're about trying to help, each other get better. But, really, nobody cares. I still kind of go through that a little bit from time to time, but I have to remind myself, I was like, one thing I try to tell my friends who don't train. So I've always had this thing where I don't necessarily get embarrassed. It's just because it's like, it's a useless emotion. Like, what's it doing for anybody? Nothing. But it kind of morphed a little bit, and I started thinking about it. I was like, well, anyone who has anything to say about me, and this is kind of meatheadish and shitty to think, but it's like, they can't beat me. And those who can beat me probably aren't talking shit.
Right.
Because they know where I've been, because they've been there. And they know you're learning and you're growing. So anyone who's talking shit, they shouldn't fucking matter, because they're not worth your time. And, the ones who fucking matter, they're not going to be talking shit anyway. They're just going to help you get better. So, shout out to the coaches and teammates that we get over there at Crazy 88.
Fuck yeah.
They make us better. They
Fuck
keep us
yeah.
young. All right. So I would like to do a quick rapid fire.
Okay.
And my rapid fires are kind of general. They've been the same over the last few episodes. I need to spice these bastards up. Gi or no gi?
No gi.
You seem the type. Wrestlers, Favorite submission attempt? Well, you know what? Never mind. Why am I even going to ask that? Like, no, scratch that. We know. You're going for the ankle lock. Fuck out of here. The toughest position to deal with currently for you?
Bottom side control. I have a really good bottom side control retention. I just can't get out of it.
He's like, I will keep you guys here. It's like,
best in the room.
I don't think this is how that works. This is how it's working for me. I'm spending a positive. And after training, what's your go-to meal?
Chipotle.
Oh, my wife just brought home Chipotle. She was like, I'm going to bring home Chipotle, and like, I know you're going to be recording. We'll set it off to the side. I was like, trust me, once it comes home. That's why I'm like, hey, let's go to rapid fire. Just so it don't come in the door. They got Chipotle upstairs.
Nice double chicken burrito.
Yeah, I like to get, so the tacos come in packs of 3. We always had, I was like, no, we need 5. Like, what are we doing? What the fuck is this 3? I mean, I guess that's standard in other places, but I'm not standard. Yeah, Chipotle's, that's the move. But what about pre-training, like going in?
Pre-training, generally a banana or apple or both. That's like an hour, because I deal with a nutritionist now.
Okay.
Cool. An hour before training, it's a banana or an apple or both. And then lunch is a whole different thing. But
that is very, very mature of you. Again, I had 6 Oreos for breakfast. Yesterday, I had 2 bananas and an apple, and all that fiber fucked me up. So I was like, oh, like that was a poor choice. I should go eat a pizza now. Go opposite. That also was a poor choice. So, make some noise with Devin. Be immature.
on like a Saturday, I do eat 2 eggs and 2 pieces of toast because Saturdays are my 2-a-days.
Yeah.
So training 2 different locations, that I do need that little extra.
Yeah, and not for nothing, that's beast mode too. Like, it was like, because it was like, oh, Devin be showing up late. It was like, yeah, because he's coming from training. Like, he was training somewhere else before he got here. It was like, oh, Like, damn. Like, all right. I mean, like, again, just getting those reps, and you give a damn. Because, like, some folks, not pointing any fingers or naming any names, Dante, like, it was like, oh, we got a class today? I think I can make that class. We got a class tomorrow? I think I'm recovering from that class from today. You haven't even done the class today. Yeah, but I think I'm going to be recovering. And since you watch jiu-jitsu, like as a fan prior, like this actually works sometimes. It's like sometimes I ask this question, people are like, I don't know, they just say a generic name. You might actually know some shit, like have this in mind. But your dream role, like anyone you want to pick, you say, hey, I want to roll with this person.
Dream role. Huh. I don't know. I don't really, I've never thought of it. There's so many people. Like Nicky Rod's probably my favorite grappler. Would that be my dream role? No, because he would just fucking pin me down.
Yeah, it's like you look at certain things where it's like, I just don't know that works for me.
Yeah.
Like that. Because, like, I like Nicky Rod, too. It's like, I don't know if I would really want to roll with him. Like, I don't know, when I think about it, it's like, I want someone that might be somewhat similar to me.
Right.
But it's like, oh, who's similar to me?
Marcelo Garcia, I watch. Yeah. I'm trying to watch a lot of his stuff because people said, look at him for, like, single leg X butterfly. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's so many. It's a loaded question. There's so many. Dream role. I don't.
Devin, this was supposed to be the easy one.
I'm sorry. I'm making it complicated.
I mean, no, because like honestly, whenever I ask a question, actually, I don't ask it too often, but when I do, like it's the same thing. It's like there's a lot to choose from. I don't fucking know. And like, a lot of people never really think about it. I never really think about it because, like, I think about our gym. Like, I think we have a lot of fucking great grapplers. I'm like, shit, I got dream roles in my own.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's your dream role? I was like, well, I mean, I wrote CH every week just about. So, I mean, that is my dream role. I get smashed every time, but that's one of those roles where it's like, I'm really appreciative of this role. Like, that's that cult mentality. I really appreciate you hurting me and beating my ass. Like, really? Like, he needs an intervention. But that's fair. That is kind of one of those questions where it's like rapid fire, but it's not too rapid fiery because it's like, shit, I'm going to think about it. That shit was supposed to be off top.
Well, I'm still thinking about, I mean, maybe one of like the old school jiu-jitsu guys, just to see if me within my first year, how well I would do against like a Hickson or a Helio way back when, to see how jiu-jitsu's evolved over time. I guess that'd be my answer.
Okay. That's fair. There is an episode where Mark and I did sit down and watch some old UFCs and talked about that, actually. Like,
oh, that's sick.
Where, like, we were watching, like, the old UFCs and it was, like, how jiu-jitsu and MMA then versus, like, what a lot of us know now. Like, it was, I can't remember which episode it was. This was probably our second, like, the 1 year anniversary, maybe 2 year anniversary episode. But it was fun. I think we still have some microphone issues because just don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time. But it was still a fun episode and a good, like, brain exercise. And we're coming up on your 1 year anniversary. 1 year from now, or 1 year from your anniversary, in a year, where do you see yourself?
I see myself in the room still doing the same shit, just trying to get better.
Goddamn right.
I think I said this. I think I said this to Mark, but it never ends. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no end point. I don't see there ever being an end point. In my head, I wanna be the best I can possibly be. Like, I don't even care. I don't care about belts. I really don't care about belts. But if I can be a black belt that's competing competitively still because I started older, 29, I'm turning 30 in a month. But if I can be a black belt still at an old age, still competing, still doing it,
you can.
I'll be happy.
I mean, I think you're doing the right things and setting a good standard for yourself. So there's no reason you shouldn't be able to do it. I was talking with Naomi today after class, and she had mentioned, just because when she and I rolled, she pulled guard. And, she and I have trained for years together, and we both know. We're not about that takedown life.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, it's a matter of who's going to pull guard first. And she had brought up an interesting point about just injuries. And she was like, look, I can't mess with injuries. She's had knee surgeries. I want to say 2, maybe 3. She was like,
rough.
If I get injured again, I can't come back to this. So I have to, take care and do things, the right way. And I was like, that's fair. Like, I wish I had that kind of thought process because I'm a little dumb. So it's like, if I get hurt, I'm like, I'll come back to it and just keep fucking breaking things. But it's better just not to break things so we can do this into our 70s. I mean, we got Rich out there in his 60s. Like,
yeah, that's wild.
Like,
That's awesome.
He's like the guy that we should all be like, we want to be you.
Yeah.
When we get to this point, because it's like, I'm 47. Yes, I complain and I joke about it, but I don't intend to stop doing this. It's just a part of it now. We're all a part of this. Whereas, like, some people it just doesn't take. So, for you wanting to be able to do this down the line, we got you. You're in this cult forever.
Oh, I'm with it. I'm with it for sure.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, Devin, this is fucking awesome, dude. I'm glad. So. I'm glad you were able to come in and do this. Thank you.
Appreciate you for having me.
Before we get out of here, you got any shout outs or mentions that you like to leave our listeners with?
Shout out my wife. It's #1 fan. She's always in my corner. So
always.
Supportive, super supportive. Shout out Mark for sure. Mark's super helpful. He's been fucking helping me like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And shout out Christian too. Everybody. Shout out Crazy 88 as a whole, but in particular those 3, it's super beneficial. Oh, and I want to say, when I first started coming, I think my second class was the wrestling class, and I think you were my partner in the wrestling class. That really helped me be comfortable with the fact that you were my partner, because I think every Friday after that I was like, Dante.
Thank you. Like, I, for a lot of those classes, whether it's wrestling or those Saturday classes, I try to find a consistent person. And if I can't, it's still knowing that there's a friendly face there. And everyone's friendly. But, sometimes you need to see someone like a Rodney, or Mark. It's like, if I show up and I see Mark in there, I get happy. I'm like, yes, he's here. When Mark's not there, I'm like, well, boo, fuck that guy. But no, like, if I see Mark, I get happy. But and that's not to say, like, with others, I'm not excited. But it's like, there's certain folks, it's just, you see them, it's like that friendly face, you feel that comfort. It's someone you know. So, I'm glad, early on, especially for you, that, I could be that for you. And I'm glad that just at this point in the game, you're still, like, thirsting for that knowledge and you're still growing, and it's not stale for you. You're like, I need to know more. I need to get better. I want to get better. And with the King of the White Belts tournament coming up, I put my money on Dylan, but secretly I got you, son. Like, if we got to jump him, we can jump him. I know where he work. I see him every Tuesday and Thursday. We can go up there and fuck that dude up right now. And then, it's, clear path for you. We got you.
Well, I just found out today that apparently they're opening up that tournament to all white belts from other schools and everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun, actually, because, people be doubting us. They're like, oh, crazy 88. I was like, the result speaks for themselves, son. What are we doing? Now, like, we had a friend come through recently, and he asked me as I'm, driving back home, he goes, you guys only have, like, at Severna Park. I was like, you guys only have, like, 2 mastery classes. How's everybody so good? I was like, we kind of build off of each other. We grow with each other.
Right.
But also, we do have 3 gyms.
Yeah.
So, we can learn at other places, but there is, like, something where, again, we just build off of each other. It's like, again, I get excited when I see Mark because, like, he's doing those other classes. I'm going to learn something from Mark that day. Like, it's like the tiniest detail. Kyle, he's at other classes. When I pair up with Kyle, I'm going to pick up tiny details that will make so much difference. You can learn from everyone. Like, I hate that idea. It's like, oh, he's a white belt, you can't learn from him. Like, no, I can learn little details from you that, hey, I might not get in that, but you're getting it. Now I'm picking it up from you.
I can teach you how to retain bottom side control. Really,
dude,
really.
I would appreciate that. 'Cause I need that in my life. Like I was sitting there today and I got out and I was like, fuck, where's Devin when I need him? But dude, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that, you're, hustling, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes you, dude.
No, I appreciate it. Me either. It's never going to stop. Barring physical injury, it'll never stop.
Good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And to you guys, the listeners, thank you. If y'all got any questions, concerns, criticisms, did I say that right? Criticisms? That sounds right.
I think that's right.
But yeah, thank you to everybody. Again, any questions, concerns, criticisms, feel free to reach out. You can always find me at bjj.wiki on Instagram and Off the Mats Podcast on Instagram as well. If you want to be a guest, definitely reach out. I'm always open to having guests on from all walks of life, whether it be you are, I don't know, exercise science major, nutritionist. I have a colostomy bag. So if you have a stoma and you're doing, contact sports, reach out. Let's talk about your story. I'm always open to everybody. Also, go out there and leave a review. That shit helps. And, I really would appreciate it. So go leave a review, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. I think that they do shit there too. I don't know where my podcast is, but you do because you're listening. So go leave a review. I really appreciate it. It helps out. And hey, if you leave a review and I read that shit on air, I got you on a t-shirt. Any of them. I got tons of them. Tons of them. Like so many. I'm giving them away. Please. Just go leave a review. I want to give a big shout out to Nerd Rage Radio. Bobby, Chris, Joe, Marilyn Phil, Ricky, Ticky, Farrell, Chucky O, all those guys. Thank you. If it weren't for Nerd Rage Radio, I wouldn't be doing a podcast. So I always want to thank them and show my appreciation. Marilyn Phil will be on in 2 weeks. We did a Nerdcast episode talk about the Fantastic Four. So if y'all want to hear about 35 minutes of Fantastic Four talk, go listen to it, because the other hour and a half of that episode, I don't know what it was about, but it's Marilyn Phil, and we always have fun. I also want to shout out my other podcast, So You Like Horror. If you're into scary movies, go check that shit out too. My wife and I just released the Dawn of the Dead remake versus original episode, where we talk about the 1978 version versus Zack Snyder's 2004 version, which are both fantastic films. Go check it out. It's fun time. And then the next one, we're actually going to be doing a bonus episode where Marilyn Phil and Chucky O from Nerd Rage Radio are talking about Predator, Killer of Killers, and the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth. So we're going to squeeze that in there for a bonus. And then go check it out. You can find us on Instagram. So You Like Horror, all words separated by underscores. And you can find that podcast wherever you found this one. We're there. And last but not least, I would love to thank my guest here, Mr. Devin Coley, not Cooley. If you're illiterate, it's Cooley. But if you say Cooley, I know you can't read. And that's okay. I'm from Detroit, and I know there's some people that I can't read. I'm a Lions fan. So you know how that goes. They're illiterate. But thank you, Devin, for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'd love to have you back on, because just in our general conversations, like, oh, this dude is just fun to talk to.
I appreciate it. Thank you. You as well.
So maybe I'm trying to do more group episodes. I just got to get the groups together and sit down and bullshit. So we'll see, though. But as always, to you guys, the listeners, thank you. We love you. We appreciate the fuck out of you. And, you're here for us. And we're here for you. You guys know what it is. You all keep listening. And we're going to definitely keep making these shows. Thank you, everybody. And ciao.
Deep with it. Now let me sing a song.